Namaste and good afternoon dear students, and welcome to today's class. Let us see, today is the continuation of yesterday's class. So, we were dealing with unit 4, that is reporting commands, and in this we were doing reading section, that is memoirs of my visit to France. Yesterday we completed 3 paragraphs and I showed you some pictures as well. So, we will continue now. Some of the meanings I have written here, and let us continue the slide and then I will read it and then I will explain you. Okay. So, slide please. There you go. Yesterday you saw that the Pompidou Center, a complex building of high tech structure, and these 2 paragraphs I have already done, but still let us revise it. We dealt with that people know I am never a painter nor a sculptor. This is Govindraj Bhattarai is stating that he is not a painter and he is not a sculptor too, but then why does he have this interest? Okay. He is not a connoisseur. Connoisseur means an expert who can judge, and he is not a professional either. Okay. So, then the world knows that my interest in the lives of great artists and their lasting works is growing deeper, but still his interest in art and literature is growing deeper and deeper. People know this. Why? Because he is a dilettante. Means what? He is a lover of art. Okay. Yes, he is a lover of art and he has deep interest in art and literature. However, with a deep sense of awe and reverence. Awe and reverence means he has deep respect to art, and I have no words to express how I felt seeing. Now, this further, when he saw the Mona Lisa's painting in Louvre Museum, the next slide please. Next slide. Yes, there is Mona Lisa's paintings. Can you see? It is all time popular painting painted by Leonardo da Vinci in the 15th century, 1500 something. So, he says that I have no words to express how I felt seeing Mona Lisa in Louvre yesterday. So, yesterday he had visited Louvre Museum, that the right side picture is the museum, Louvre Museum, which is in the center of Paris. And he says that he saw Mona Lisa's painting that, and then he was encouraged. Yes, that is how his interest developed in art and literature. He states, I must say why my interest is growing gradually. Gradually means eventually, by the span of time, in this way he says. So, that is the Louvre Museum. There is a pyramid of glass you can see, and the building is the museum. Now, this far we finished yesterday. Okay. Now, today we will see this, the 4th paragraph. 2 decades ago. Now, what do you mean by decades? Decades means the span of 10 years is called decade, and 2 decades means 10 plus 10, 20 years. 2 decades ago I was entrusted. What do you mean by entrusted? Assigned. Okay. Yes, given an academic project titled Introduction to the Literary Trends and Movements. Okay. So, Introduction to Literary Trends and Movements, and in which I had to present a glimpse of literary trends and movements of the world. A glimpse of literary means what? Related to literature. So, most literary movements means trends. Now, I will tell you the meaning of trends. Trends are the tendency of changes that happen in a special period of time. So, whether it is in fashion, whether it is in art or literature, etc., or in style. So, most literary movements developed from the western movements of art and philosophy. They are entrenched. Now, what do you mean by entrenched? Entrenched means fixed or hard to remove. You cannot remove it. It is so fixed. Okay. Firmly means strongly. Therefore, I studied and wrote briefly on new trends. Okay. So, this is the 4th paragraph that we are doing. Next slide please. Trends. Now trends means here see changes in style, art or fashion etc. during the period of time. So trends of art such as impressionism, expressionism, symbolism, cubism, dadaism, surrealism and their relationship with literature. So I had used secondary sources to write about them. Later on I visited the Modern Tate of London to write on postmodernism. So let us see on the board please. I will deal with this fourth paragraph first and then we will go to the next paragraph. So see students, trends, a general tendency of change happening around the world, whether it is in style, yes, like hairstyle, costume styles, isn't it, or fashion, costume, art or in literature. So this happens in the span of time, okay. So these changes that we have, so that is called trends. Now Govindraj Bhattarai was assigned, okay, entrusted with an academic project, and the name of that project was Introduction to Literary Trends and Movements, okay, literary trends and movements of literature of course. And then he had to present a glimpse. Glimpse means what? You see for a short period of time, okay. So a very brief view, yes, you do not stare. Stare is to constantly look at the person, isn't it, but glimpse is a brief view. So he was assigned to do this project work, okay, to study all the trends and movements, how the literature is moving from one trend to another, how it changes and what happens in that new change and what different appears, okay. So these all he was supposed to present a project work, and for this he studied a lot, okay. He studied a lot, and then he saw that this literature was originated from the Western culture, and from there it was this Western culture, this literary trends were entrenched firmly. Entrenched means what? Entrenched means fixed, surrounded by trends. It is very difficult to remove. So they are fixed already. So from there it was affected, and this for this to prepare this project or this introduction to literary trends and movements, to prepare a glimpse of this, he had to study all the Western art and literature, all these trends, okay. And for this, for the study of this, what did he use? Which sources? He used the secondary sources from the journals, from articles, okay, from newspapers. If you take the information from secondary sources, then they are called secondary sources, okay. If you are having a direct questionnaire with the person who is a specialist or expert, then that is the primary source, okay, that is the primary source. You are taking direct information from the person who knows, who has the idea about that, isn't it. So that is primary source. Secondary source means from the journals, from internet, okay. So if you are taking information from all the other secondary sources which are published or printed, then that is called secondary source. So here trends of art, during this he studied. Now all these trends, see, these are all trends of art: impressionism, expressionism, symbolism. Now we are not artists, we do not know deep. Now even Govindraj Bhattarai was the lover of art, even though he is not a connoisseur, isn't it, he is not an expert. So we are also very less than him, isn't it. So let us see briefly, okay. Impressionism, what does this trend means? Here in this trend it depicted the natural appearances of objects in painting. When the painters they paint, they try to show that object as real, okay, the natural, the realistic appearance. So that is called impressionism. So this period remained for certain period of time. All the artists focused on that. So that was the trend of that period, okay. So the natural appearances of objects in painting. Now what is expressionism? Then came another trend, and in this trend what was followed? they started showing emotions, yes, emotions and responses of objects. Like Rodin's museum, we have Rodin's thinking man. There the emotion of thinking, okay, he is very thoughtful, he is thinking about something, that emotion is expressed. So this was the trend of expressionism, where the artist tried to show the expressions, the emotions, the moods and the responses of the object that they are drawing or they are sculpting. So another trend now, see, symbolism. Now symbolism is another trend where, and this movement where the artists, they started using signs and symbols by investing things with a symbolic meaning. It had a meaning, okay. The signs and symbols, they had a meaning. So they started painting this symbols as well. So that period was called symbolism. I hope you are understanding. And next is cubism. Now this is another trend of art. Yes, these all trends are changing as the period changes, okay. So cubism is the art that stresses, that emphasizes abstract structure, intangible, not the tangible ones, abstract, okay, which is abstract, by showing several aspects in the same object, showing emotions as well, showing symbols as well, okay. So all those in the abstract structure, they show it. So that is called cubism, okay. That trend is called cubism. So he studied all these trends and he prepared a glimpse of introduction to literary movements and trends. He prepared a project, and that created his developed an interest in him towards art, okay. So Dadaism, a movement in art and literature. See, a movement in art and literature means a trend, okay, a changing movement based on deliberate means knowingly, irrationality means you are not using any rationality here, you are not using any reasons, logic, it is funny, okay, irrational. So this type of trend is called Dadaism. So a movement of art and literature based on deliberate irrationality in a funny way, okay. Now Surrealism, see, the ideals or principles, the ideals and principles of producing fantastic imaginary effects in art. Imaginary, you are imagining, okay, you are having the vision, and according to that vision it may be real, it may not be real, but you are using these ideals and principles which are real, okay, in those imaginary effects, okay. So these are all the trends of art that we saw in that paragraph. So the narrator Govindraj Bhattarai is explaining that these were the trends that I studied, and I studied Western art and literature through the secondary sources, and then I were assigned to prepare the project, and that is how I prepared, okay, and that created interest in him. So we will go to next paragraph. So it was 2 decades ago, okay, 2 decades means 20 years ago. He is stating the experience of his beginning of his life, okay, where he started or developed the interest in art. Now next slide please, the same slide, yes. So this slide. Now that was the 4th paragraph. Now 5th paragraph we will see. Most new thoughts originated in France, he says. New thoughts, France is a place of fashion, art, literature, sculptor, yes. So this all they originated means what? Started, okay, began in France, yes. Most of them came to literature through art. So this new thoughts were originated in France, and this then came to the world or to the literature, yes, through art, and then they went to other literatures from France. Other literature means English literature, okay, American literature, Japanese literature. So, they went to other literature from there. Later on, when I studied the great works of Lansing Bagdale. So, Lansing Bagdale, who is he? Who was he? He was the Nepal's foremost artist, novelist and historian. Okay, he has written many books, and his memoirs means again we are learning the memoirs of Govindraj Bhattarai, but this means he has written his own, Lansing Bagdale has written his own memoirs, and he has written many travels and journals. Okay, he was the novelist too, and so he studied the great works of Lansing Bagdale. He means Govindraj Bhattarai, and I was moved, he says. Govindraj Bhattarai says that he was moved. What do you mean by moved? Moved means touched emotionally. Yes, you are touched emotionally, that is called moved. Everybody will be moved, he says, to read him. He means what? His Muluk Baira Ma. So, that is his book, his memoir, where wherein there is the collection of 500 letters between he means Lansing Bagdale and his spouse. So, Muluk Baira Ma, it is in Nepali. So, out of my country, that means a magnum opus. Now, what do you mean by magnum opus? Magnum opus is the masterpiece of work. So, among the lot of works that you have done, the best one, okay, which gave you the popularity, that is called magnum opus. Have you read his or have you read this or his Spain Ko Samjhana? So, the writer is asking us, have you read Spain Ko Samjhana, means Memories of Spain, or his Rome Ko Kada and Paris Ko Phool. So, another book, Rome Ko Kada, yes, Rome as a thorn, and thorn from Rome, and Paris as a flower. He spent 12 years in Paris and studied fine arts in those difficult days. So, why it is called difficult days we will come to know. Let us see this part of I will explain you. Students, look at the board. Now, he studied, now during this project work also he was assigned this, and he studied many literary trends, and he, while he was going through, he studied that most of the new thoughts, new ideas originated from France. They came from France, and they were in transformed, you know, they came to the literature through art. So, through art means what? The paintings, the sculpture. So, that created the literature, and this literature further went to different other literature, okay, like from France it went to other parts of the country in other literature. So, that is the origination of literature, which comes from new thoughts in the France. So, and then he studied Lansing Bagdale's books, okay, during his travel of this art and literature. While he was studying, he came across Lansing Bagdale's books, okay, Muluk Baira Ma and Spain Ko Samjhana. Then you can say, when you read Muluk Baira Ma, Govindraj Bhattarai says that, the writer says that he was moved, and so will everybody will be moved. Moved means when you read those his books, you will be touched emotionally, you will be sentimental, okay. So, that is what he means to say. It is a very rare collection of 500, we will see that book as well, what is that book about, and that is what he talks about the books that were written by Lansing Bagdale. Lansing Bagdale was the foremost Nepal's artist, novelist, journalist, as well as he is an historian, he was an historian, okay. So, let us see next slide now. So, this far, and then he tells us about next slide please. Yes, that is Lansing Bagdale. See the two pictures, first two pictures, yes, he is Lansing Bagdale, the picture of Lansing Bagdale, and then he came from Darjeeling to Nepal, okay, and then he started writing, and most of his life he has spent out of Nepal. So, difficult days, we read the last line of difficult days. Why it was called difficult days? It was very much difficult for him to spend those days there, okay, and that is what he has poured everything, every emotion in his book. See the book, see Muluk Bahira Ma and then Muluk Bahira and then Spain Ko Samjhana. Those are the two books that I have mentioned here, the picture. Now why were those difficult days? See why it was mentioned, because see there, he spent 12 years in Paris and studied fine arts. So he went to Paris to study fine arts in those difficult days. Now see, those difficult days means why it is called difficult days. Number one, he had to spend 42 days travelling by ship from Calcutta to London. So 42 days. During those time, see, aeroplanes were not used, isn't it? So they had to go by ship. So aeroplanes were rarely used. Every young heart will be moved again, I told you, will be emotional to read those great love letters exchanged between Bangdel and his beloved Manu. Manu is his wife, okay. So Muluk Bahira Ma presents 500 pages of a rare collection of love letters exchanged between Lansing and his consort. Consort means spouse. If it is if he is husband, then wife is spouse, and if she is wife, then husband is spouse, okay. So partner you can say, consort, spouse. There is wisdom, experience, hope and sadness. So there is means where is, look at the board please. So 12 years he spent in Paris to study fine arts. He was a great lover, he was the artist, so he learnt fine arts there in Paris, and 12 years. Now those were the great difficult days. Why? Because 42 days it took for him to travel from Calcutta to Paris, and then he was quite young, yes, and he was married to Manu, his wife, and then he had to separate, he had to live separately with his wife. So and then they exchanged, you know, while they were apart, they exchanged letters, okay, letters which had emotions, which had experience, which had wisdom. Wisdom means the knowledge that you use in your, the knowledge and experience that you use in your life, okay, that is wisdom. So these letters were, this Muluk Bahira Ma is a book which consists of 500 pages. It is a collection of 500, it is a book of 500 pages which is a collection of letters exchanged between Lansing Bangdel, husband, and his wife Manu, when they were staying apart, okay. He was in Paris and she was in Nepal. So that was about Muluk Bahira Ma. Now next we will go, we will continue that slide please. Okay, that was Lansing Bangdel. Now next slide. I hope you are understanding, students. Okay, now he is describing all about Lansing Bangdel's story, and his desire means who? Lansing Bangdel's desire for great art and great literature is indomitable. Now what do you mean by indomitable? Stubborn. It is very much difficult to remove or impossible to defeat. Indomitable means it is very stubborn, okay. So you cannot move it. So it was, you know, hard to separate him and art and literature. You can understand that way. I don't recommend any other book to an avid reader. Now the writer says, I don't recommend, I don't suggest any avid reader. Avid reader means who? The eager, yes, the reader who is very much anxious to read books, is a new reader, okay. And then he recommends to the readers, yes, the new readers, to read this book Muluk Bahira Ma, and they will understand, like you, reader like you, more than his Muluk Bahira Ma. So he states that he recommends this Muluk Bahira Ma to the avid readers. This book proves that he had gained an incomparable height and success in Nepali art. So this book proves, he says, that he had gained an incomparable means which you cannot compare, with others. So, incomparable height and success in Nepali art. Mostly it is in the form of a daily diary. So, 500 pages. So, here it is in the form of a daily diary on his regular entry of 17th of August 1952, 1 year before I was born. So, before 1 year Govindraj Bhattarai was born, after 1 year, okay, when he had written this diary. See there what lines he has written. He wrote these lines from Parisy. I means Lansing Bangdale, okay, this is a part of his writing. I visited Musée d'Art Moderne, means Museum of Modern Art today, he states, 17th August 1952, today means 17th August 1952. So, I had an opportunity to look at the paintings of all the artists of France, he says. Lansing Bangdale says he had got the chance to look at the paintings of all the artists of France, living and dead together. Living and dead means those artists who are alive, their paintings also he saw, as well as the paintings of those artists who are no more. Okay. The paintings of Braque and Picasso, these are the artists, moved me exceedingly. Moved again, yes, it touched me. Exceedingly means extremely, very much. I came across many artists who have imitated. So, he came across while he was having the observation, okay, while he was observing all that, he came across many artists who had imitated, means copied the form of George Seurat and styles of Cezanne and Gauguin. So, Gauguin and Cezanne, they are also artists. So, their paintings were imitated. He came across such paintings as well. And then he states, but I could not see here the paintings of Gauguin, Van Gogh, Cezanne, Renoir. So, he wanted to see more artist paintings, so that he could not see. He has written on that day, probably they are upstairs, he states. I will come some other day. Page 145, out of the 500 pages, 145th page was here. So, students, here he states that Lansing Bangdale, one of the clippings that of 17th August 1952, he has mentioned here to show us what type of writing the book consisted of, isn't it? Like Lansing Bangdale states that he had been to the museum to observe, and he saw many painters, okay, many artist paintings who are alive also and who are dead also. So, but then also he could not finish all artist paintings by observing all in a day. So, he says that I missed other, yes, like Cezanne, Van Goghs and Gauguins and Renoirs. Yes, these were the painters, okay, these were the artists, their work he could not see. So, he was so much fond of art and literature that he had mentioned about his 145 page, it was in the 145 page, and this was written 1 year before Govindraj Bhattarai, who is writing the memoir here about France, he explained. So, here we could not finish all. So, that is all for today, students, and we will continue in the part 3. As I told you, it is quite lengthy and it is not common as well, because it is related to art as well. So, it takes time, and hope you have understood this far. So, understanding is quite important, because you may not get the questions that are there in the text, you may be asked indirectly, yes, you may be asked questions from anywhere or from the text. So, if you understand properly, you will be able to answer any questions given from any part of the text. So, this far today, tomorrow again we will continue. So, thank you for watching, have a nice day, be safe.